Okay, hallo alles. So, heute habe ich schon mit die Klassen gesprochen, aber es war kurz. So, jetzt werde ich über meine Schule sprechen und so. Um, I am going to Friedrich Albert Langer Schule, and that is a Gesamtschule. So if you guys know anything about German schools, they have, and this is from lowest to highest as far as levels are concerned, they have Hauptschule, Realschule, and Gymnasium. Gesamtschule is a new addition. Gesamtschule, Gesamt means like a total. Um, so Gesamtschule is Hauptschule, Realschule, and Gymnasium all put together. So instead of having people that are separated, you have them all together. So it's basically like high school there in the US. And my classes, I actually see it varies by the different states here in Germany. So up in northern Germany, I have friends that are in the area of Hamburg. They have already started school, and school has been going on for like the past 3 weeks or so. However, ich wohne in Nordrhein-Westfalen. Um, I think that's North Rhine-Westphalia in English. I'm not really sure. I don't think it matters. But here, school starts the 30th of August, which is this coming Monday, and I'm actually very excited and I'm very nervous for that. My classes, I'm taking Mathematik, Sport, Biologie, um, Philosophie, English, Spanish, Deutsch und Geschichte. The thing is, in meine Deutschklasse, ich werde I'm gonna be in a lower class. I plan to be probably in a 7th grade level German class because obviously my German isn't good enough for me to be put into an 11th grade German class. And it's like English in the US. Like by that level, you're not even learning the language anymore. It's just like you're analyzing stories and things like that. So the plan is for me to be put into a 7th grade German class, and then maybe after the second semester, after the first semester, I can be put into the 11th class. But that's really only if I want to. And for my English class, they're actually putting me in 12th grade English, which is the highest you can go. Um, I'm really not sure why. I guess it's just because I'm a native speaker. So they're like, oh yeah, she's gonna get what's going on. So I'm really, really hoping that it'll be like easy for me because it'll be really embarrassing, like if I don't know what's going on. Um, I think that's basically all that's really special about my school. Um, yeah, I'm very excited for that, but very nervous at the same time. I also really don't have a lot of supplies for school, so I'm thinking that I'll just go on the first day with like one notebook, and then after that, like after the first day, just kind of watch the other students and see what I need. Um, a lot of you guys asked me when we were talking earlier, like your first questions were like, oh, what's the beer like? How is drinking there? It's Germany, so there are a lot of different beers. Like every big city, like Köln or Düsseldorf or München, they all have their different types of beer. Um, I have actually not really moved very far from where I used to be when I first got here because I had one host family for 4 weeks, and now I'm at my permanent host family that I stay with for the rest of the year. And yeah, I've had a couple different kinds of beer. I've had Kush, which is basically the Köln specialty. Um, I've had Bitburger, which is a brand of beer. Like Heineken isn't really popular here, or not from what I've seen. I really see just Bitburger everywhere, and it's okay. I'm not really sure what kind of beer I'm drinking in the disco because you just go up to the bartender and you're like, "I'm Bier bitte," and they just give you a glass of beer, like whatever. But that stuff's pretty good. Like that's the best that I've had so far. But yeah, I've had Like, my families are always very adamant about having me try different kinds of beer with them. Like, my one host brother that I have now, Matthias, he had said like beer is his favorite thing to drink. Like, he'll drink other things, but beer is his favorite. So he has me trying different kinds of things, and like he'll mix it for me, like with Coke or things like that. So I'm still kind of experimenting with it. I haven't had very much wine. I've tried red wines mostly, which I don't really like because they're not very sweet, and I don't really like it. So it's kind of a work in progress with the alcohol. But when I was in the disco, I went to the disco twice. It was great, but see, you have to be like a little bit buzzed to really enjoy the disco, because the thing is, nobody really starts dancing until 11 or like 10, 11ish, and you usually get there about 8 or 9. And so like then everybody has to be drinking and drinking and drinking, and then by 10 or 11 everybody's a little bit buzzed, they're all happy and they're like, okay, let's dance, let's dance. So it's only later on in the night, and it's only if you're really like not drunk, but you have to have had a little bit of alcohol to really enjoy it. It's actually really fun. Yeah, if you're ever in Europe, make sure you get to Germany and go to a disco because you're gonna love it. It's fantastic. It's really great. Um, Another thing you guys asked me about was culture, which is actually really important. Um, the big thing here that we really don't have in English, there's a differentiation between two forms of saying you. So there's sie and du. Du is for people who are your age, they're at your level, or family members or friends that you're close to. And sie is basically for everybody else. If you go around and you call your teachers du and you call your principal du or things like that, you get in a lot of trouble. It's really disrespectful and it's just like really looked down upon. If you see someone on the street and they're older than you always use sie. Like, it's just, yeah, unless they tell you, and they will tell you if they don't want you to use Z with them, then you always use Z. It's very polite. They're really big on that. Another thing I found out myself, Germans hate if you crack your knuckles. And see, like me, I love this. I think it's just like the best thing in the world. It's a stress thing for me. If I'm stressed out, I have to crack my knuckles. I crack my knuckles like this, and then I crack my toes like this, like down. And they hate it. They flip out. They, it's for me, it's hilarious, but I know I really gross them out, so I'm trying to stop that. But I don't think I will. God, what else? Eye contact. Eye contact is so important in German culture, and also the handshake. If you meet someone and they're an adult, like usually if you meet a kid, they won't shake your hand, but sometimes they will. Like when I first got here, my host siblings all shook my hand. You don't want to give them a weak handshake because then they think that you're weak and you're shy and you're closed off. You really want to give them like a firm, good handshake, and then you always have to look them in the eye when you're introducing yourself and when they're talking to you, because if you don't, then you're not paying attention to the conversation, you're not listening to them, you're not interested in them, and it's like insulting. um, Another thing that I found out is when a German does drei, they don't do it like this. This is wrong. This is English, this is American, it's not good, not German. This is the German 3. So if you're ever in Germany and you don't want to be identified as an American, drei. Drei Gläser, whatever, egal. Um, Another thing with numbers, I think this is all of Europe. They do this really weird thing with the one. The one is like, and it's so annoying to me because I can't identify the ones. Like it's like an A without the slash through it. Like that's how sloppy they get, and it's really hard to see. And then your sevens have to be like, you have to do like a regular 7, but you have to put a line through it, and that's your 7. Cause like ones look like 7s, and that's just weird. But yeah, that's basically an overview of a lot of culture I've come in contact with here. Um, I really can't think of anything else. So I'm just gonna end this video. And in the next one, I'm going to be talking about food, clothes, and people. So yeah, see you then. Cheers! Oh wait, I should look you in the eye because I just talked about that. So, cheers.